We're live. Well,
Jesus Christ.
That is a fourth player right there.
let me count. I'll move you to the right a little bit. There we are.
And the record for demonetized goes to.
I mean, I can always hide it. Look, we can. Now it looks like a pop-up ad.
You somehow made it worse.
Texture on it. What is going on there? Has it got like snake skin texture on it?
No, it's got fishnets.
It's wearing fishnets. It's sexy Godzilla.
Oh, of course. My mistake.
Yeah. So welcome to the WeAreChaosVoid podcast. As always, very chaotic. Brought to you with our partnership with Humble Bundle, which we'll talk to you about during the podcast. Joined by Cam and Nika. How are we both today?
Alive.
I like how it was a response of very similar responses.
Opposite ends of like the word spectrum, but very similar in value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm exactly the same. I'm just here existing at the moment. But, I mean, we have a picture in the bottom right, which is kind of the themes of today's podcast. In a way. So, sexy Godzilla. Is Godzilla a lesbian?
That's the one we're leading with, is it? Okay.
Arguably, potentially.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree.
Canonically, Godzilla only became male in the English dub.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it was referred to as it in the original Japanese movies.
Alright.
So
it could be like one of the lesbian lizards, which reproduce by themselves. Because Godzilla has a son.
Hang on. To be fair, I'm not up to date with the Godzilla monsterverse. All I know is Godzilla and Mothra. What else exists? So Godzilla has a son.
Godzilla has a son and no pronouns.
I'm shocked at this information. I genuinely didn't know that Godzilla had a son. God.
What's Godzilla's son's name? Is it Godzilla Jr.?
It's called Minilla. The son of Godzilla is Minilla, a smaller, pudgier version.
And like, I'm sure when they came up with that name, they were going with not Manila, but Minizilla, and it did not come out that way.
Oh my god, the picture of this Godzilla is terrifying.
So like the theatrical poster of Son of Godzilla just gives me big like Mazepin vibes for F1 of him and his dad standing behind him. And I don't know why, but it does.
What?
That's the vibe I get from Minizilla.
Manila.
I mean, that's how it was pronounced. Oh, not pronounced. Written, sorry.
It's full on spelled as Manila.
Isn't that where Ali had a fight? Oh no, that was
the Thriller in Manila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what was born, the son of Godzilla from that fight.
Apparently so. But the actual lore behind Son of Godzilla is that they wanted to make a film that would appeal to women.
Alright, Nika, as a woman, did Manila allow an easy access into the Godzilla films?
See, I feel like I was already invested in Godzilla before Manila happened. Well, this is not true because the film with Manila came out in 1967 and I'm not that old. But I definitely saw the original Godzilla before I heard of Son of Godzilla. So personally,
in the womb, Nika was like,
yes, the shit snaps.
Personally, was already invested because it's a big lizard, but I don't see where they're going from. That was sexist.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't disagree with that. don't think I've ever actually seen the original Godzilla film. I don't think.
Is something.
Do you think at the time it was groundbreaking, and now we look at it going, "What a piece of shit"?
Yeah, I think probably in the same vein that Jaws was probably terrifying the first time it came out, and now you're like, there's a rubber shark in the water.
See, I only watched Jaws for the first time in uni, so not too long ago, and I thought it was alright actually. Like it still
Yeah,
looked
I feel like
good.
it holds up, but it doesn't at the same time, in a way. It's not the worst big fish movie I've seen in
Okay.
terms of special effects.
Is it
Piranha
Sharknado?
3 Double D was.
Oh.
Hamlet's horrified.
I'm just here, you know. I have nothing to add on either the Godzilla / feminist discussion. Nothing to add on the big fish movies.
That's such a weird genre. Big
Right.
It's
fish.
not one I'm into.
Because the only one that's been recent that I remember that was big budget was the Meg with Jason Statham.
I
And
didn't
then
see that.
You had the Piranha movies as well. Piranha and apologies that this is its title, but Piranha 3 Double D.
Yeah, that was the other one that I'd seen. I was like, the graphics are.
did
not
you
good enough.
watch it in 3D at least?
I did. I
Oh
paid for a ticket
yes.
at the cinema to go and see that movie.
Was it?
Was it the eye popping action that you were hoping for?
It was not. It was a good time though. It was fun. In like the worst way. It was awful.
It feels like it'd be like a good drinking game in a way.
Yeah.
I was thinking it'd be a great drunk movie.
Kind of like the B movie. The B movie can be disastrous if you drink every time they say the word B.
It's a very different vibe to the B movie, considering like the premise. But yes.
According to the chat, I'm a wee bit quiet. Great.
I mean, you're fine to me. Hang on, let me whack you up. There you are. Speak, almighty Cam.
Hello.
Well, hopefully you're louder. I think I got to turn my volume down. There we are.
Thank you, Scarlett, as ever, keeping us honest. Keeping us
Absolutely. Thank you. I mean, we wanted to talk about Sexy Godzilla. I don't know what else we can add to it. I mean, I burnt my eyes looking at some Rule 34 of Godzilla before this started.
Yeah.
Now, on a scale of like 1 to I can't show that to people graphic, how graphic were you faced with?
Kind of like the ads on a certain adult websites. So at least like a solid 8.
Solid 8.
A solid 8, yeah.
Solid 8. That's pretty graphic for Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean...
On a scale that doesn't have any numbers, that's impressive.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Do you think there's Manila Rule 34?
I
You know
hope
what?
not.
I'm not even going to Google that because I'm sure the cops will break down my door.
Manila Rule 34 on your PC.
Good luck being on the registry.
Look, you don't want to know my search history. That's mild comparatively.
Godzilla.
Are you actually searching it?
Yeah, it's happening.
Oh no!
Oh no. That's a child.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it is. I now feel very weird about it.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, all right. Well, the joke is dead. I was the one who killed it. So, doors and wheels, huh? Oof. Moving swiftly on.
Yeah, what about them?
I mean,
objects?
I've only noticed it on TikTok in like the last couple days, noticing about the wheel and door discussion. Have you guys seen it like on your social medias?
I only started seeing it today after you mentioned it. So I was like, what? At first mention of it by you, I was like, this feels like it has purpose, but I'm not sure what the purpose is. And then it was everywhere.
it's one of those existential questions the internet asks, like, what wins, the sun or a trillion lions?
Yeah. I think I'd pick wheels.
Yeah, I'm team wheels.
Your team? I think I'm team doors.
Wheels.
I'm
Really?
team doors, yeah, because I've been thinking about it. You have to define it as all things that are man-made, right? And tires on their own, I would say, don't count as wheels. No, a tire, like a
I can get behind that logic.
A rubber tire would not be able to propel something forward without the wheel thing it is around. Like the wheel hub, essentially.
Okay. So you mean, like, to count it has to be a full wheel?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. It can't. It could be like the wheel hub, but you can count the wheel hub as a wheel because you can move using just the wheel hub, but you cannot move only using a tire. Like, how would you attach just a tire to a car if it doesn't have the bit in the middle?
Potentially changes the answer because I was counting like scroll wheels, hamster wheels, all of those good things.
I think they count.
I think that counts.
They count.
But then,
by this same logic, are we not allowing doors with no hinges?
What would you like? Automatic doors or?
No, like just like any door that is disconnected.
I would say yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, any door that exists, like a door manufacturing plant, if that's a thing, like a door sales shop, they would have so many doors.
They would, yeah. If they didn't, they'd be
counter argument. A skateboard wheel manufacturer probably has more space for more wheels than a door manufacturer.
Absolutely. I mean, Lego is the biggest tire manufacturer in the world. So Lego, but then Lego makes a bunch of like those mini doors for Lego sets. Their doors, I would argue.
Well, see, this was the argument I was going to use. Was like, well, every car has 4 wheels mostly, but then every car has 4 doors also.
Oh, door, yeah, cars. Do you count the boot and the bonnet?
No.
The bonnet is not a door.
What about the boot? Because you could get into a car through the boot, but you can't get into a car through the bonnet.
This is the thing, because cars are advertised as being like 3 or 5 doors, and it's never made sense to me, but in this argument, that would be an extra door.
Yeah, I guess, but then, like, if a window is a point of egress, is it now a door?
That's a philosophical question.
That is a philosophical question for the day.
I don't think
it's a window.
I don't
a
think
door.
You can say yes.
No, I think a door has to either be something that is that you have to move to get. Although you wind a window down, no.
No, I mean like a window in an office block that like tilts out. If I can climb out of that, does it count as a door now? Because I would argue no.
Oh.
I would say that's still a window.
But if you're...
Let me put it to you this.
I know,
it's a
I see
patio
it.
Door, a window, or a door.
There are very, very few things that use...
Door.
Yeah, that's a door.
In the same vein of...
Because it has a hand...
Opening the window and using it as a door.
But a patio door is like designed to be a door, whereas a window is not designed to be a door.
In the name, I suppose.
I think a patio door counts.
Yeah, I think you're right, Cam. I think you wouldn't count windows because that's not their purpose. Wasn't to let entry into a house. They can be used for that if you're sneaking out or something, but that wasn't their purpose.
Yeah.
So I'd agree.
I would argue that a boot, though it may be sold as a 5th door, is actually a fancy window.
No, I say boot is a door because that's how the dogs get in. That's how a dog gets into a car.
So are we counting cat flaps?
I think so, yeah.
I think a cat flap is a door.
Because that's the way the cat gets in and out. Because...
But also, my cat sits and looks out his cat flap like it's a window.
I think your cat is broken at it.
Thinks he's ginger. He has like 1 brain cell on a good day.
I mean, we haven't I mean, well, what I did think about it as well. What was the other thing I thought about? Unicycle. I think unicycles are fine. That's obvious. Cogs. Are cogs wheels?
Cogs are wheels.
Ooh.
With extra.
Like on a unicycle, you would have a cog. Well, maybe not on a unicycle, but on a bike, you obviously have the two wheels, and then you have the cog in the middle with where the pedals are, and then you have like maybe 5 or 6 depending on your bike, maybe even more, for all the different gears. Are they wheels? Because I don't think.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think a cog's a wheel. It's round and it spins. That's my definition. Like a planet.
It's rounded and it spins. Because on that logic, what about wheels in pulleys?
Oh, yeah,
Also
that's
a wheel.
That's a wheel.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how I feel about cogs. I don't think that
Cogs are up for debate still.
Hold on. Let's try and do a truce here. Let's set an example for the world, shall we? I'll give you Windows we'll renege on Windows if you'll renege on cogs. So no cogs, no Windows.
I think that's fair.
That's fair, yeah. I think that's fair.
Because that's another thing. Like, how many windows in the world are there? Are there more windows?
Many. There's definitely more windows than doors.
Ooh.
That's a bold. All right, hang on. So
have you seen an office building? They're all windows.
Have you seen how many doors are going to be in that? Because it's not just the doors. You've
plan,
got like
baby.
Cabinet doors as well.
This is true. Cabinet doors.
Yeah, cabinet doors. The fridge door. Are we counting gates as doors?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we probably are. Coin. Ooh. It's round and it spins. Can we count a coin?
Oh, I don't.
If it is this shape and has a hole in it and can wheel along, yes.
That's.
I don't
that
know.
Is a wheel.
I wouldn't have said a coin's a
On the other hand, this is not.
I mean, you can turn anything into a wheel, but that doesn't mean it is a wheel. Like, what was... Like, you know, what was it? Cotton wheel... Like, if you got, like, thread, right, and that cotton spindle thing, you could use that to build, like, a little... Like, a little car, essentially, and then it becomes a wheel.
Then it becomes a wheel.
Would you count it as a wheel?
Arguably, yes, because it's round and it spins when it's in the sewing machine as well.
I might be tempted to say that it has to like natively be a wheel.
It has to be used to move things.
No. Like that. I think a wheel disconnected from any device is still a wheel. I think a bobbin disconnected from any device is a bobbin. Does that make sense?
Okay, so then coins are not wheels. Because the coins
they are.
away from everything are coins.
Is a coin, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This feels like such a stupid discussion. so a wheel is a wheel.
What are these basic everyday objects that we've all spent many years dealing with?
I would put it to you that there are considerably more spaces with multiple wheels than multiple doors. The room you are in right now, Squid. Fuck! I didn't think about cabinets.
Cabinets, yeah.
I might have fucked myself here.
But then some cabinets are push and pull, and they will have wheels in the cabinet as the runner.
True.
Yeah.
So even because I would class like a push-pull cabinet as one that has a door.
This is the thing.
It has wheels with the door. Like, how many doors are actually attached to wheels?
Many of them, probably.
Yeah. Like, what about some automatic doors? I think they are attached to wheels.
They're definitely on wheels because they like wheel along. Because like I was going to be like, well, I've got 3 doors in my room because I've got 2 cupboard doors and a door to leave. But the cupboard doors have 8 wheels each. So it's adding up.
It is, yeah.
There's definitely more wheels in my room than there is doors.
In an office, there would be for sure more wheels. Because you have office chairs, yeah? I mean, mine has...
Desks as well.
Mine has 5, I've just counted.
Well, you say that. Does it have? Is it like one solid wheel, or is it like 2 wheels
apart? It's 2
per
wheels
wheel.
Per wheel.
Because I would count that as
10.
Like, yeah.
Desks can have cupboards.
I also have a pair of rollerblades in my room for some reason, so that's an extra 4 wheels for me.
Yeah.
Desks can have cupboards.
Yeah. Like a little under the desky affair. That makes sense.
I have a lot of model cars, and so they'll all have wheels. And the doors on them don't work, so they're all die-cast.
Toy cars, bikes, little models.
Scale electric. Trains! Oh my god!
Trains have so many wheels.
Trains!
Doll houses for doors, yeah. Any kind
Doll's
of play
houses
set.
might have wheels in them.
True.
Airplanes? They'll have a mixture of both. You have all the doors of the things above them, but then you have the wheels to land. Oh, I had the worst landing.
Oh, did you?
And when I went to Cologne, it must have been the pilot forgot where the ground was. It literally
Yeah, did you see those the like abandoned landings at Heathrow
yes
a couple of weeks ago, like during the storm?
I was watching the streams of that guy who lives right by Heathrow. They were fantastic.
That was genius on their part. Like, imagine being in the storm and having such a good brain to be like, that's good content.
Yeah, like 200,000 people are watching it. I'm like, God damn, if I lived closer to an airport, that's exactly what I'd do.
That might have to be a new weekly stream for us.
Cars
I don't know if that's legal. Are you allowed to stream aircraft?
Why not?
I don't think so.
I don't know. It feels you're like...
You have flight tracking apps, which you can find the location of any commercial flight in the UK. As long as it's commercial, I think it's fine.
Photography laws on planes, potentially. I don't know. I might have made that up.
Cars, yeah, good point.
Minus 2-door cars.
But cars only cancel out if a boot counts as a door because they also have a steering wheel.
What about the wheels in the engine as well?
Also then.
Tire.
Oh my god, spare tire.
Spare tire.
What about... No, nuts are nuts.
Nuts are nuts.
Welcome to the Chaos Void, the world's greatest door and wheel cataloging show.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered whether your object has both doors and wheels? Tag us in the chat.
Oh, we should have created a spreadsheet.
Maybe that's what we do after this. Because to be fair, I think it's such a... I would not be surprised if Google in a couple years starts asking this as like an interview question. What's there more of? Doors or...
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Microwave has 1 door to 3 wheels, typically.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of microwaves.
Wheels on the thing, yeah. Appliances.
Oh my god, that's genius. Microwaves. Washing machine.
Definitely has more wheels than those.
Is a washing machine a wheel, though? It's a drum that spins. I don't know if that's a wheel.
No, I think that's a drum.
So that's not a wheel?
No. Because that would suggest that a drum kit is a collection of wheels.
It definitely fits our definition of round and spins, though.
I mean, is that the only definition we're using of a wheel? Oh my god!
It's definitely the most important one. Like, those are 2 key factors in a wheel.
We're breaking screens. Hold on. Washing machines have like I don't like that I'm doing this action. A powder compartment. That's Jesus.
Is that a door or is it powered by wheels?
That's a door. Is it?
It's a drawer.
The door to the drum?
Drawers are doors.
Drawers aren't doors.
Yeah, they are. If we count cabinet doors, you have to count drawers.
Hold on, no, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
A door is a flat panel.
When was the last time you opened a cabinet by pulling it directly out of itself?
Sometimes, like, I would say a drawer is a door.
Is this a cabinet you made yourself?
Like, Nika, the one behind you.
It's a cabinet.
The drawers?
I would say that's doors, like a door.
No, they're
I would count
drawers.
that as a door.
But it doesn't open like a door.
It just neither does an automatic door open like a normal door. That's just like whoop, whoop, whoop. But you have doors that open like this. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
But you don't have doors that pull out with storage in them.
Oh, well, hold on. Gullwing doors technically do.
They're whoop.
They pull up and out and you store humans in the car.
But, so arguably, if this chest of drawers did not pull out and the drawer came out and the door just came like this, yes, I'd agree.
What about glove box?
Glove box.
That flop.
That's a door.
Shit.
That's a door.
Flaps doors.
Flap doors. So, blanket. Oh, I don't think blankets count as doors.
I don't think blanket forts have doors because you can get in anywhere.
But you know, like the bead curtains that you like peer through to get into the strip club.
I was going to go with like the fortune teller, but yeah, the strip club works.
Yeah.
Not that I've been to a strip club. I genuinely haven't. I think I'd be too awkward. Anyway, I don't think they count as doors. They're not.
Can we make some content where we take you to a club and get you to ask this question?
I mean, a
many
strip
doors
club or a
does
club?
have?
Like a nightclub?
Dealer's
Or...
choice.
I mean, I'll happily get drunk and ask people on the street doors or...
Oh, it's a curtain, a door.
No.
Curtain's not a door.
Or... No, it's not a door.
If you, I mean, it can be a door for bugs.
So is our definition of a door now something that's too heavy for things after a certain size?
They're like tent doors. Because you zip the zip door on a tent, that's a door.
I think if a curtain is not a door, a fabric flap cannot be a door.
What, on a tent?
Yeah.
Why not? It's the entrance into and out of the tent.
Because arguably also let's walk through the side of the tent because it's a tent.
How?
Because it's a tent.
I'm thinking of like the sealed like 2-person tents that are all encompassing. Yeah, you can't get into the side of it. You have to go.
You could if you tried hard enough.
Yeah, you then break the tent.
And now you've got 2 doors. 2 non-doors.
Shoes and bags.
No.
Shoes aren't doors.
Shoes aren't doors. But you'd call that part of a tent a door?
It's a door of a tent. It's how you get into the tent.
I'm going to look up the Oxford Dictionary definition of a door.
Bring out the old dictionary.
But it's fine.
I maintain it's the entrance flap.
So a door?
So flaps aren't doors?
No. You have to annually subscribe to the dictionary.
You have to subscribe to the dictionary?
You have to pay £100 to get the Oxford Dictionary.
A door. I'm going for the Merriam-Webster definition.
We'll go for that if it's...
It is a usually swinging or sliding barrier by which an entry is closed and opened. It is a means of access or participation.
So windows.
May I present to you this definition of a door? A hinged, sliding or revolving barrier at the entrance to a building, room or vehicle or in the framework of a cupboard.
Ooh.
I would then argue that defines a tent flap.
Is a tent a building?
Yes. Well, according to some governments, no, it's not.
Exactly.
So, maybe we take a political stance on... We take a political stance on this. And so we wait until tents are available to all.
Definition of tent: a portable shelter made of cloth, supported by one or more poles and stretched tight by cords or loops attached to pegs driven into the ground.
I mean, I don't know.
Not a building.
I don't know if that's helped. But like, if you were like hiking, you wouldn't go. You go. I need shelter. Like, I'm not going to go for that tent because that's not a building. You're going to go for the tent.
But the tent was described as shelter, so yeah,
It was
that makes
literally in
sense.
the definition.
I would. A tent is a door.
I'd throw a curveball in here to some extent. That I would say that gazebos definitely have doors.
How are you allowed
Gazebo has a
gazebo,
door.
not a tent?
A gazebo's not a
In my
tent.
mind, I'm just trying to work out where the line between tent and gazebo, where tent
no.
ends and gazebo begins.
A gazebo door is a flap.
But,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
hang on. Picture this. You're at your annual like country fair, right? You're walking on the squelchy mud. It's a bit overcast. You walk into the food tent. You have to get through the flaps to get into the tent. Did you walk through the doors of that gazebo?
What is the difference between doing that and walking through the beads into the strip club? Other than like
that's a
one's got
question.
food in it and one's got
That's a
strippers.
question for philosophers.
And so like out of fairness, I felt like I needed to look up the definition of wheel, which
That's
is
fair.
a circular object that revolves on an axle.
Oh, it
So
has
it's
to
round
be,
and it spins
but it's on.
on an axle.
Technically,
specifically.
washing machine would count,
Yeah,
I think, and tumble dryer and
yeah,
concrete mixer.
yeah.
And
Well, that might be it. Yeah, I'll count that. I'll accept that. It's round and it's on an axle. Just because it's got depth doesn't mean that it doesn't count.
I don't
I've
think
gone
we've got
down-
anywhere.
I've gone
No.
down a rabbit hole. I've started searching what is a tent door called, and I'm on trustable website bikehike.org. I'm learning things about tents.
Is it at least a secure website? That's like the minimum.
It is, yeah. Oh, this is a very, very trustable website. I have
Oh god.
I have a paragraph on tent flaps followed by 3 adverts for Viagra.
And if that doesn't sum up the conversation,
Oh my god.
can I present to you an outlier in my argument
Go
of a
on.
Ferris wheel,
Apply.
which is one wheel
Oh.
with many doors?
Oh my god, the Ferris wheel is like the anti-wheel
Yeah.
capitalist.
Right? It's in the name and it's so against being a wheel.
But then there are going to be, like, take the London Eye for example. There are so many wheels pushing the London Eye round.
That's true.
How
Do
many
they
wheels?
counter how many doors there are?
Ooh.
How many wheels does the London Eye have? 32.
How
Nope,
many-
that's how many doors it has. Why did that happen?
Oh shit! Hang on. Question: automatic doors, right? Normally are 2 that will separate. Is that 1 door or is that 2 doors?
2.
Yeah, I agree too.
Right.
Because if one breaks, the other can still open, and you can end.
Fair enough.
Cool. I have a suggestion for you.
Go on.
Let's each of you pick team wheel or team door, one each. And when we play 20 questions at the end of the podcast, it will be team wheel versus team door, and that settles it.
Oh, I love
We can
it.
Put the clip out.
Nice.
We'll claim we've solved the argument for everyone. Team wheel or team door. If somebody in the comments wins it, they get to decide.
I
That's
can
your
get behind
fancy,
that.
sexy prize for this year.
All right, fair. I think I'm team door.
I'll be team wheel. Stick with what we started with.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
I think I do want to know. Like, we'll get like Google's supercomputer on this, and be like,
Smart.
and be like, work out how many doors there are, and because hang on, philosophical question of it. Is it how many wheels and doors have existed, or how many are there now? Because I would argue doors have existed for longer than wheels.
I would disagree wholeheartedly.
When was the first door? 4,000 years ago.
Philosophical question. Are we counting eyes because they are the window to the soul?
Are we counting feet as the wheels of the body?
I mean, even then, it would cancel out for most people.
This is true. So I think we are, so that it cancels out, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. But then, you got animals. Some animals have multiple legs.
Some animals have multiple eyes.
True. Spiders have lots.
Yeah,
They also have lots of legs, so that doesn't help. But
what about crabs? Crabs have lots of limbs. Octopi.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna Google directly.
many legs.
Do a crab's eyes and legs cancel out? You make 0.
You need to ask that into Wolfram Alpha. Google's not going to give you an actual answer. You need some AI to answer that question.
Jesus Christ, there are some crabs that have 8,000 eyes.
What the fuck?
Too many.
What type of angel shit is that?
I don't want to meet that crab.
Yeah, Nika, for the first Chaos Void trip, we're going to an aquarium that has that 8,000-eyed crab.
We're gonna dress
perceived.
We're gonna dress Squiddy up as Diva and take you on a trip.
I'll walk around an aquarium as Diva. If we hit that sub goal, of course, which is at 50 subs, we hit 50 subs, I would cosplay as Diva. We may have to make some... I think it's Kiwi's outfit she's going to send. Also, Kiwi, if you're listening, I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, please, Kiwi.
I'm sure you would... we'll ask you next time you're here. We'll ask you your views on Wheels v Doors. But I think we could also extend that into windows. I think there are a lot more windows in the world.
Mm.
Like, more windows than doors, but less... Oh, no. I'm saying I'm team door, but...
Here's the thing, though. The car usually has 6 windows.
What counts as a window? Because you also have the...
front window, the windows, and the back window.
I ask it because you have the piece of plastic covering your speedometer and revometer. That's, I would say, is a window.
I would also say that's a window.
Car has 8 windows. Actually, my car has the little ones in the back as well.
Oh, yeah.
10 windows.
Yeah. Does a mirror count as a window?
No.
Right,
you can't see through it. Unless it's a 2-way mirror. And then in that case, it does count as a window.
Yeah. 2-way mirrors are good fun.
But I think that's a conversation for another time. We'll wait until the internet picks up windows in this argument.
Yeah. Find out next podcast our actual windows.
Absolutely. But for now, we'll move on to I would say the biggest news we've had about Overwatch when was the last Overwatch update? Like, actual update?
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, God.
Not including deathmatch maps, because they don't count. Because
no, I don't count
why
them.
would they?
Hold on,
they're not. That's not content.
So the last hero, I'm gonna count the last big update as the last hero. Go.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
It was released in April 2020.
Oh,
so
God. Nearly 2
years ago.
Jesus Christ. And apparently, Scarlet Firefox's redeemed stretch. So everyone, we got a stretch. Oh God! I always do the shoulder, pop my shoulders.
That's a good one.
Oh, I didn't do it. Fuck! Oh, my back.
Thank you.
There we are. Feeling much refreshed for this new conversation. 2 years!
Yeah, 2 years since content.
How have we survived on Overwatch for this long?
We haven't. We all gave up.
when was the 2.2 up?
When was Overwatch 2 announced?
Echo.
Was pre-Echo? Wow.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
And then Overwatch 2 was announced later that year, I think.
So Overwatch 2 was announced 1st of November 2019.
What?
Really?
According to YouTube, yeah.
That can't be right, because Echo's in the announcement.
Did it take that long for them to release Echo after announcing Echo?
they announced her and then were like, "Wait, you can't have her for 6
months."
months."
I mean, that's very Overwatch of them.
That is very Overwatch, to be fair.
Yeah, Overwatch 2, 1st of November 2019.
Oh my god. I'm going to look at the patch notes for Overwatch.
That's weird.
Anything proper? Kanazaka? No, Kanazaka doesn't count.
Beautiful map does not count.
Yeah.
I love the cat cafe on it.
Yeah.
Now I think, it's ridiculous. So it's been a very long time since we had any Overwatch update, but at least we got to know when the beta kind of starts.
Maybe.
Have we all signed up? That's the first question.
Yes.
You all got through after, I don't know how many people signed up.
A couple of hours, and it got to the point where it changed to you're signing up for a chance to be in the beta now instead of sign up for the beta. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully some of us get to it.
I think we will. I think I would be surprised if they do not do stuff like key drops through the Overwatch League and streamers and stuff. I think it will be pretty easy to get into, to be honest.
How long do you think it will run for? Because the original betas ran for just the weekends.
I hope longer than a weekend.
I don't think it's going to stop.
Do you think it'll be like
this is
Valorant?
The game.
I think it's legitimately going to be basically early access. I think we will get Overwatch 2 in April in a slightly rugged form. And that game will be patched until it's Overwatch 2 version 1.
Honestly,
maybe with the PvE in a year and a bit's time.
I don't even care about the PvE. I do want to play it. Don't get me wrong, but Overwatch has needed. Everyone's known about 5v5 for so long now, but to actually get the new maps, the new game mode as well. I don't understand why they didn't just put the new game mode straight into Overwatch. Like that could have been like a really cool update.
So my only thinking is, I think I would be surprised if part of the problem of what's gone on here is not Switch and the older gen of consoles, because Blizzard said when they announced Overwatch 2, hey, it's going to work on everything that has Overwatch right now. We're just going to patch Overwatch and make it into Overwatch 2 or something. But, like, there's no way that happens. Like, the game looks nicer, has had a UI overhaul, looks smoother, the animations are different, the models are different, it's now got the ping system, it's got this, that, the other. There is no way that the Nintendo Switch is, in a few months, getting an update that just gives it Overwatch 2.
True.
So I reckon they said this thinking it'll be a year and a half, we'll throw the stuff out, and it'll be kind of the end of the cycle on the Switch. And then everything happened. The pandemic and everything else, and this, that, the other. And Bobby Kotick and Activision collapsing and falling up and collapsing and being taken over and collapsing and this, that, the other. And we're left now in a world where it never came out. It wasn't so well developed that they could keep those promises, but they said them. So they're now in that kind of rock and a dumb place situation.
Yeah.
I
reckon that's how we got here.
I think you're right. Yeah, definitely. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. I have no counterpoint to that. I think you're spot on.
I can full on seeing it. I can full on see it being like that. Like the beta just never stops until it becomes a real game, and then maybe it will come out on console.
Oh yeah,
because that gives them a while. Because the beta's not on console.
Yeah, so I'd say it's I didn't even think about that. You had to sign in with your BattleNet.
Yeah.
Although, can't you link your BattleNet to...
You also sign in on BattleNet on console, but I think it said PC only.
It is PC only. You can link up to do like crossplay and so on and so forth now. But yeah, it is PC only.
Ah, very, very interesting.
So, yeah.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm interested to see what this new ping system is as well.
What do we think about the ping system?
Brilliant. I don't want to talk to people.
Ooh,
yeah.
Interesting.
But I'm also bad at ping systems because I pressed the button by accident a lot. So, like, particularly in Ember, Kiwi has come, like, running to see what I'm pinging, and then, like, I was trying to open the door. I'm sorry. I apologize for the big pink arrow above it, but I was just trying to get through.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll be like because a lot of people saying it was going to be like Apex Legends, because this ping system was talked about years ago. I'm very sure when Apex first came out, they were talking about we might bring out this new ping system and stuff. Yeah. So it'd probably be similar to that, where I think it's what you press. Well, for me, it'd be like pressing middle mouse button and then quickly dragging to the correct like option on the radial dial, and then boom, it'd be like enemies over there, and then if someone goes over there and dies, they're idiots.
I'm glad I've got another drink.
Cheers.
I have hydrated.
Water.
I am not a fan of the ping system for two reasons. One, I can see it being... Hold on, I should redeem my own.
I should mark that we've done these in the mod channel.
I can see it being very overused in a troll way. Like, in Apex, when somebody trolls with the ping system, at least, like, you have a pretty good idea of there's this many teams left. You know, people don't respawn, so you know what you're fighting. Whereas in Overwatch, like, you think about how quickly those respawns were coming back in push. Somebody directing your attention the wrong way, that could be really annoying.
Yeah.
And I can also totally see it being used as a way to send people to their death rather than to help. Like, you remember when Sim's ult was her teleport? And the first thing so many people did was just put the ult down off the map and send a whole team out.
Yeah.
The good old days. I think it's going to be one of those systems that gets very, like, altered and changed throughout the years. I can't see it staying the same.
That's fair. That's fair. So, Orisa gets a rework.
Yes.
So we know Sombra and Bastion's reworks. We don't know what the other two are, of Orisa and Doom. Let's spitball. What do we think? Let's take Doom. A heavily CC'd character. Like, their entire kit is all CC, apart from their fist gun. How is Doom gonna be in this new 5.5? Because I know didn't they say they wanted to reduce how much crowd control there is within the game? I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, I believe somebody said that at some point.
Yeah, and but I think more specifically, they wanted to take it away from non-tanks, so that you couldn't just have like because in 5v5 having one Reinhardt coming up against a Brig Bash, a Farah Shift, a
Mayfreeze.
Right, like that's hell on earth. So I think they wanted to take CC abilities off of DPS and healer characters and put them into tanks, which is why Doomfist is being looked at. Can I give you my elevator pitch for Doomfist?
Go.
Please do.
All right. Do you remember that experimental patch a couple of patches back where he could not just punch forward but punch upward and in like all directions?
Yeah.
So I think take away his gun, give him that ability, and instead of punching one person, it's kind of like a wall of punch. Like if you punch into 4 people, those 4 people are being battered back. So you can use it to like disconnect healers from tanks, DPS from healers. You can shoot up and push a Farah out of the way. You can go for an Echo. You can clear some space on the high ground. but it does very little damage. So it's not like you're using it to assassinate someone. It's very much like you're using it to clear space and then leave his current abilities as they are. You can still punch somebody up and make them vulnerable, still stun a bunch of people, but the main thing, his main use, and make it very regular, is I have done you a punch, you are no longer in the same place.
I think it's kind of like Winston's ult all the time, just whacking people away, maybe dealing 25 to 30 damage.
Yeah, I might have made him a bit too powerful now that you put it like that, but yes.
I mean,
I'm thinking that like...
You say that. I think I could see that working, because then you can't assassinate people, but can set up. Say you got a Cassidy in your team, you knock people behind the Rhine shield up. You could get a 2-tap.
And you could also set stuff up like, you know, you've got a Widow set up on high ground. You can punch people into vulnerable positions. You've got, you know,
knock the Rhine out of the way for a shatter.
Right. He'd be really great for environmental kills, because where like Wrecking Ball or you know, whoever else at the minute is used to like hold on an edge, you could just insta flick shot that edge. I think that would be great, and I would love, if that happens, to see some of the lesser known DPSs shift into that role, and like imagine how good Blase would be running the world's most dangerous off tank. That would be sick. I'd be so excited for that.
Yeah. How good, yeah. Because you'll want a DPS that can do like that off tank role, essentially. I could see Mei being very useful, especially with the wall.
Yeah.
They can't freeze anymore, which is, well, apart from Blizzard, but that makes sense anyway, because Blizzard's such a big ult. And then I wonder how Orisa is going to be changed, because as soon as I saw rework, I thought that makes sense, because Orisa would be ridiculously powerful as she is currently. She has the Fortify on a 6-5 second cooldown, which reduces damage, has a shield on an 8-second cooldown, has CC as well, and a very powerful gun, which if you get good enough headshots and you're squishy enough, you die. I could see maybe Fortify. Well, with the tanks, I think they're changing them to be a bit more team friendly. Like Zarya has bubbles she can give to anyone.
Yeah. I suppose it's a tough one to kind of like speculate on with Orisa, because of not knowing what the other tank situations are going to be. And like how the off tanks will become more tankier or potentially become DPS.
That's right. I like my idea for Wrecking Ball is that it has adaptive shield. Obviously, that's the big thing. Is anyone who's in line of sight of the Wrecking Ball will get a portion of the adaptive shield. Like, say, lands into a team, 4 people around him gets 400 shield, I think. Because it's 100 per person. Everyone on his team who's in sight gets a quarter of that, so 100. Extra shield that decays at the same rate. Bit like Lucio beat on cooldown, essentially.
But like
that'd
not quite as like extreme.
I think that could. I'd be up for that, because then you'd have to have an aggressive playstyle for that to work. Because if you're like an Ashe or something in the back line, you're not going to get the effectiveness of that shield in the same way as like a Reaper or Tracer who's in that front line on that dive.
What if you took Orisa's shield away and made Fortify more like a Zarya bubble? So she can fortify herself, or she can choose to fortify someone else and minimize their damage, stop them from getting headshotted. Like, imagine if you had like a Widow 1v1 duel.
Oh yeah.
And you had your tanks could fortify each other, so that then becomes a fight of, you know, maybe she's got 3 fortifies where Zarya has the kind of team bubble effect, so you can fortify people in ult, you can Oh, dude, I'm so excited for Overwatch 2.
Yeah, you've only got it's like a month and a half at this point. Right. Late April.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me get my calendar up.
I hadn't really thought about how close that was. Like, that's exciting.
It could be...
I think I'm still very much in the like content drought of Overwatch. I've not accepted that there is stuff happening again.
And like, also, like, for us, it's a month and a half, but it is out there now. There are
the pros are playing it this weekend.
Yeah, like we got access today, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did you see the league tweet this morning that was like, "Good morning to Sojourn mains and only Sojourn main." No. And like Zoe and a couple of other people were like, "Oh hi!" Like people have it, which is so exciting for a couple of reasons. Because like, it very much feels like the lead up to Overwatch again, where there's going to be a lot of discussion of like, "Oh, what could this character mean, and what could the other one mean?" Like, people found the Magnus character that might be a hero down the road, but also I think the Overwatch League signings are going to get fucky for the next month and a half. I think a lot of tanks are going to get dropped.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are going to be picked up.
Yeah, because I was reading that, I think it was a tweet or interview with somebody, this is vague, with somebody from Soul Dynasty that is in charge of signings. And they were like so very much like, well, we're aware we have very little in like terms of certain team members at the moment, but there's no point in picking someone up now to then potentially drop them before the league even starts because we don't know what the game is yet.
And that's a cost on the team essentially. Like they're picking up someone minimum year contract, isn't it?
Yeah.
Minimum 50k, if not more, on a player, and then you turn out, they can't actually deal with this because it's going to be such a big change.
It'll be really interesting to see how the game changes for League.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you see the League itself had the community update?
Oh, so the entire schedules are up now.
Yeah, yes. So no hero pools as well.
That's good.
No hero pools for the whole season.
That was a stupid decision, to be fair. Because I hate hero pools, and this is why. Because they had them for the regular bit of the like the May Melee or the July tournament. They had like the hero pools for the 4 weeks of games, and then it got to the playoffs of those tournaments and went, no more hero pools. You can play whatever. I'm like, what was the fucking point?
It did not make sense.
No.
I almost understand why they brought it in not last year, but the year before. But what they did last year did not make sense with it. It was weird.
I think it could have worked if they had run at the same time. Like, I think if the public hero pool had been the same as the pro hero pool, and they'd run for like a month, and you could see what the pros were doing, very much like the way it worked in the last season, but public as well, I could have totally seen that working. Because like, that way you could have at least gone, okay, this character isn't in, but Sparkle's running X instead, and they're doing this to work around it. Like, that kind of feels like a little mini balance patch every now and then.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
okay with that.
Yeah, they should have done that.
The fact that they were different made no sense.
Right.
And there was no structural integrity of the tournament.
Exactly. The last 2 years don't count. Let's start again.
And we have the map pool as well for the 4 modes, and we get to see all four of the new maps involved. New Queen Street and Colosseo, Midtown, and then I love Circuit Royale. I mean, I love.
It's so good.
That's they're all good maps, to be fair. You got.
I'm really excited for the new maps. Like, they all just look so,
They're clean. They're all clean. I mean, even the maps, even the old maps they have. So you have Ilios, Lijiang, and Oasis. All good control maps. Obviously, the push maps we haven't seen. Have we seen New Queen Street? Yeah, we have. That's the one in Canada, right?
Yes, that is the one we saw the preview play of.
The first map we saw was at New Queen Street, and then they brought out Colosseo later on, along with Midtown. Yes. So they look clean, and then you got Eichenwald, Midtown, and Kings Row. Eichenwald and Kings Row are like the classic Overwatch maps. Everyone loves Kings Row. And then Dorado, Gibraltar, and Route 66, along with Circuit Royale for Escort. There's like no bad maps. Like, I don't know how many teams like Junkertown.
I think it's fine.
But compared to something like Dorado, with all the first point, Route Junkertown is it feels very exposed.
Yeah, that is First Point. Junkertown is the longest competitive match I've ever played in Overwatch. It got to like, you know, where there's like those little like wooden plank barriers, not that far before the actual door.
Yeah,
and that is as far as the other team had managed to push, and we had to try and push the payload over that point for almost 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
It was ridiculous. I don't know how it happened. We got there in the end, but it was like, that's not Overwatch for today.
Yeah, you'd have all those quick respawns as well. You'd be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it was a time.
But at least there's no more 2CP. But some maps just weren't treated right. Like Paris could have been a good map if there was at least a second choke point. If there were two ways to approach the point, fantastic map. If not, no, it's terrible.
This is the thing with a lot of 2CP, like, they're lovely maps, and I really hope that they come up in like some other way, but a lot of them were missing the things that made that mode playable.
Yeah.
Anubis was probably the best one. Because
but
there
also,
were multiple. Well, you had to get through that first.
Snowball on.
Yeah, you had to get through that first choke, but you could either go left or right or straight.
Yeah.
Hanamura is pretty good as well. I would put the call in for. I think that.
Yeah, you do have the two entryways. Obviously, you have the big door, which is a door in the middle, or you got the little window gap bit to the left. So if you're a dive team, boom, straight up there.
But then you can use that window to go hard left and go all the way around the flank to the point, or mid, or hard right.
Yeah.
I think I could see those becoming push maps down the road.
I think they've said they're not going to change them. They're going to stay 2CP.
Really?
They're not going to adjust them in any way, because Hanamura was going to be a payload map originally, wasn't it?
Yeah. But also, this is the Overwatch team, so like anything could happen with these maps.
I mean, they've said that. I'd love to see them come back. Like, at Temple of Anubis as like a control map could be nutty.
Yeah.
But
I think that's like why I'm sad about it, is because they had that like gorgeous effect, like render on Temple of Anubis, and it's not happening.
Yeah. And I'm just so excited. As Overwatch League back, I'm going to make sure I'm watching it. I'll watch as much as I can. Technically, I can do for work. I'll be like, hey, I'm watching it for work.
This is relevant. Yeah, like, I think by the end of the league last year, I'd kind of checked out of a lot of it for various reasons, and I'm excited to be excited about it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's easy to be excited about it as well, I would say, because you're not having to. Because no one. It's like the new F1 season in a way. We have no idea what's going to happen. All the teams look most of the teams look gorgeous. Some cars look.
What ones do you think don't look gorgeous?
The Haas.
Even
car.
Even with the new.
I haven't seen the new.
The new livery looks sick.
What, on the Haas?
Livery. It looks so good.
Haas livery.
It looks like a livery that would have come straight out of the wacky races, like with the crazy curves and stuff. I think it does anyway.
Because they've changed it again, right?
Yeah, because they've taken the.
It's more American. from what I see. I mean, at least I got sponsors again, kinda. Actually, but it's itself.
I like this. It's like a very classic race car look, which is nice.
I mean, in terms of looks, the car I don't think looks as good. Like I don't like the Aston Martin either. I think its front wing is just a bit too high.
I like the Aston Martin, but I so much preferred last year with the colours.
Yeah.
Have they gone with? Is it green and yellow this time?
It's like green and greener green, I think.
British Racing Prix.
Because Alpine's gone in like the pink.
And who's the other one that's gone pink as well? There's two, isn't there? Because two with BWP.
Alpine have two different cars this weekend, or have raced with two different cars so far, because whoever went out yesterday or the day before, I don't remember. I don't know what day it is or what times are, but whoever went out first had the blue one with the pink highlights.
It was
whoever
Alonso,
went out today,
yes. Alonso yesterday, Ocon today.
Yes, Ocon's car is almost entirely pink.
Is there a Grand Prix this week?
Yes.
No, next week.
I was going to say, I thought it was the 20th.
Is it not this week?
Well, no, it's not this weekend. It's next weekend. It's the final test day tomorrow on Saturday. Right. And then it is the Bahrain Grand Prix. So they're staying in Bahrain. They don't have to travel anywhere. I do love the look of the McLaren. I love the Gulf colours. The rear wing is just so curvy. It's gorgeous. The Red Bull and the Mercedes just look like old
I don't
Mercedes
like
and Red Bull.
Mercedes. I liked last year's one better aesthetically. I also thought it was the 17th today, so like.
Oh, no wonder.
It's fine.
How do we go from F1 to Overwatch? Or Overwatch to F1?
I mean, there's a relevant track.
There is, yeah. But I mean, I'm just excited. There's more updates. That's two or three in the space of 2 or 3 days. We've had updates on both, which is just amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting year, I think.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it.
And I'm thinking, if we take a quick break before we end these podcasts with how we normally do, of guessing what Cam has. I think it's a game we're doing. Or was it over? I can't remember what we decided. We were doing one of them.
I can do both if people want both. I have a game ready for you.
I think let's go game. Because I haven't eaten. Yeah, technically, I had a cupcake.
With a cupcake, and that's not dinner.
So we'll take.
Is that going to be the next debate? What counts as dinner?
Oh my god, yeah, it will be. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the final bit of the podcast. Do we want to end this? Do we want to end this bit as normal, and I'll cut it in the edit?
Yeah, that sounds smart. So you should know. Where's my camera? There it is. Hello. That this show was brought to you in partnership with Humble Bundle. We always say we'll tell you more about it, but we get to Humble Bundle. There's a great place where you can go to buy video games and support good causes at the same time. If you like both those things, and why wouldn't you? You're a good person with good tastes and good intentions. So if you click on the link that's in the chat right this second, or a couple of seconds later.
Wait, I'll do it. I got it.
You can buy good video games, support good causes, and you might even give us a wee kickback for doing so.
Hey!
We would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, thanks very much. Have a good evening. Be well. Look after yourself. Stay safe. Be good. Join the Discord. Get involved. We'll see you real soon. Fuck off, nerds.